Stadium in Pittsburgh.
It's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man London right side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage the 37 on 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Rich, throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. Back to throw. Rich. Complete to Newsom. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The Falcons had 14-2 heading into this final week, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play, touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance, but boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
On 2nd down now, it's Stanley. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Okay, ready?
On 1st and 10, Rich, quick throw, finding Dulcich. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Off the play fake. Rich. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. Up the middle they go. Stanley. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Goddard. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing on first down. Goddard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4-4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Off play action. Goddard. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Goddard. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On second down, it's Stanley. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stanley. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rich. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Operating from the gun, Rich. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Falcon 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Rich got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out come the Steelers. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season, but that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run.
4 yards remain for second down. They'll try the right side here with Davis. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They keep it with Davis on first down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Goddard. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Goddard. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now Rodgers. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goddard completes this one to Meredith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Goddard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Goddard gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Looking to throw. Goddard throwing right, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Meredith. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Falcons ready to take over. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal. They didn't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. Now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. They run the counter. Stanley. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. Always a benefit to have a quarterback that can roam outside of the pocket, make that throw, and I guess it's helpful to have a guy that can come down with a ball like that.
All of that ties in together perfectly. Imagine being on the other side of the ball, though. You think you've got coverage. The play gets extended. Now you've got to find a receiver to plaster onto before the ball gets there. Very difficult to do.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Up the middle they go. It's Stanley. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it. But how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, they took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Goddard gets it to Bellamy outright. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goddard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw on 2nd down. Goddard looking middle, and that's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Working with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Goddard. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 32 that time. When he launched that football, I'm guessing he was thinking end zone, but he'll take it. Now they're knocking on the door.
I like the way you can read his thoughts. Think of it from the opposite side of the ball. They thought they had a chance to make a play and knock it away. Didn't get it done. Can they reset now and hold them to a field goal?
Davis is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Off-play action. Rich. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looking to throw on second down. Rich. Well, this pass is caught by London. Down inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one good for 37 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, you got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
First down. It's Stanley, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us, because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot: stay the course. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A give to the fullback on the dive. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Goddard. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Rich. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On first down, Rich forced out to his left.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
On 1st and 10, Rich, he finds his man, complete. That's Stanley.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw on 2nd down, Rich, he finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Stanley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 13. It's 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. He finds his man complete. That's Hodges. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Goddard. James has got it. Complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Goddard, middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. The Lions showed flashes this year, but ultimately they were doomed by too many mistakes, though a victory there will end their season at 8-9. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. To throw on second down. Goddard. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Throwing on first down. Goddard. He finds his man. Complete. That's Hodges. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And a solid run down inside the 30. Looking to throw on second down. Goddard, he finds his man. Complete. That's Hodges. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Back to throw. Goddard. Incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
On second down, Davis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And in for the Steelers. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
A try here for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, Rich. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stanley.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
To throw on second down. Rich got a man. It's London. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now an option play on second down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll run on first down. It's Stanley. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
On first down, it's Stanley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, 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 and finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the give, this is their fullback. And tough going there, as he'll only get it up to about the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Goddard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goddard. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Goddard. He finds Robinson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. To throw on 3rd down. Goddard. And this is going to be incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Rich. Steps away to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Stanley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Rich firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Stanley. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stanley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. the middle they go. Stanley. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.